So here the values of the lambda we have to find for which the angle in between the vectors a and b should be an obtuse angle. So let's say this is the vector a, this is the vector b, and the angle in between them, let's say it is theta. Then theta should be greater than 0. It should be greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Means theta should be an obtuse angle. Theta should be obtuse. So hence we can say that since theta is obtuse angle, so cos theta should be less than 0. It should be having negative value. So uh, cos theta is less than 0. So now where the angle in between a vector and b vector is theta, so therefore cos theta we can tell that is equals to a cap dot b cap. So now a cap, that will be equal to a vector by magnitude of a vector, and b b cap will be equal to b vector by magnitude of b vector. So therefore we can say that cos theta should be less than 0, which implies that a a cap a cap dot b cap should be less than 0, which also implies that a vector by magnitude of a vector dot b vector by magnitude of b vector, that should be equal to 0. Then so it means no, it should be less than 0. So it means that a vector dot b vector, that should be less than 0. So now therefore a vector is given as 2 lambda square I cap plus 4 lambda j cap plus k cap, and its dot product with 7 I cap plus minus 2 j cap plus lambda k cap, that is less than 0. So then this will be equal to 14 lambda square and then minus 8 lambda plus lambda, that should be less than 0. So it means we can say that will be 14 lambda square minus 7 lambda, that should be less than 0. And this also implies that we can write 7 lambda, we can take it as common, then it will be 2 lambda minus 1, that should be less than 0, which also means that lambda into lambda minus 1 by 2, that should be less than 0. From here we can take 2 as common outside, then we will get 14 into lambda minus 1 by 2, that should be less than 0. So it means lambda into lambda minus 1 by 2, that should be less than 0. So now it means that uh, so here the critical points will be lambda will be equal to 0 and 1 by 2. So here we can see that for all values of lambda which is greater than 1 by 2, this expression, so the expression lambda into lambda minus 1 by 2 will be greater than 0 for all values of lambda greater than 1 by 2. So in this part it will have positive value, and in this part it will have negative value. And since why, if we take lambda lambda less than 1 by 2 and greater than 0, then this will become positive and this expression will become negative. So therefore it will become, so positive into negative, it will be negative. So it means that for all values of lambda greater than 0 and less than half, the expression lambda into lambda minus 1 by 2 will be less than 0 only. So in this part it will have negative answer. And for all values of lambda less than 0, this expression will be negative and this expression will be negative also. So negative times negative will be positive. So therefore for all values of lambda less than 0, the expression lambda into lambda minus half will be greater than 0. So it means only this region we should take, only this region we should take. So therefore lambda should be greater than 0 and less than 1 by 2. So, or we can write belong to lambda should belong to 0 to 1 by 2. So this is the final answer. Thank you.